going to talk about watercolor paint and palettes you might want to use.
Hi, I'm Michelle Manriquez from Drop That Brush, and our goal is to help people who are non-artists become artists. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the little bell.
Watch until the end. There will be all kinds of tips and tricks that we can show you at the end that will make your life easier. Let's talk about the difference between artist grade versus student grade. They don't give you much pigment. So it's not able to have that vibrant few colors, but artist grade than it is to have a whole bunch of 12 different or 25 colors that you got for $10 and they really do not do well. Paint is the most expensive thing. People think about it's the paper. Tell me, what color is phthalo blue green shade? Well, this one's called blue primary cyan, peacock blue, Windsor blue green shade, Joe's blue phthalo, and this one's called phthalo blue green shade. Guess what? Every one of these has the same pigment, but have a different name. Actually, check your palette. You probably have several colors that are so similar they could be put together. They really get you. You know, we get in a lot of trouble because we think it's going to be a pretty, like peacock blue. Isn't it a nice, pretty name? And I thought it was a great idea. And then I realized it's the same thing that I've been using from Joe's Blue. It's something you want to watch out. People don't tell you that. But let's talk about the difference between tubes versus pans. Because you can buy these pans. The color is not vibrant. Simple as that. It's the same problem as the student grade. Not as bad. It's not as bad. So if all you can do is pans, then fine. But if at all possible, tube will give you the most beautiful, amazing color. All right, so there's three different types. There is 5, 15, and a 37. The 37, this is where you have a whole bunch of friends, peoples. It'll fill all the way up to the top for 3 people. It's amazing. I love color. It makes my heart go pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. It is what I live for, and the reason I got into it is how the vibrancy there is watercolor. So I was reading a book and she had like 60 different colors. So I thought you had to have 60 different colors, which again, not very bright, but I didn't know. But I started noticing those 3 colors are the same color yellow, basically. I mean, they're a little different, but it was so similar, it wasn't enough to spend that much money on. What I've learned so that you don't hopefully make the same mistake. You're better off going to Bout, and I will show you, there will be a video coming up soon that will tell you about colors and how to make it so that you won't make mud. Eventually, I figured out about 13 colors was nice, but I would still dip all over the place. I would dip the yellow and I'd come over to blue and I'd run over to red. And what do you get when you do that? You get mud or dark or ugly. And so I really had a hard time because I had to learn to really be careful of how I handle my colors. There should be some harmony, and mine were not harmonious at all. I just like bright. That was pretty. That works for me. Later on, I figured out, oh, guess what? 3, 4 colors really makes a much better painting. Beginning people, I suggest you buy, they have a Daniel Smith's Essential Set, which is 2 blues, 2 reds, and 2 yellows. 1 warm, 1 cold. That's really all you need. You don't need anything else. I know you're thinking, oh, but it's only going to be a little color and I have to make this and then mix that. But the reality is the more you mix and handle your paints, the better you get faster. How many colors do you really need? Well, I'm going to encourage you to do 6 colors. So when you buy your little tubes, 3 months, 6 months, oh, I need to fill the 1 more tube because I do a lot of this particular color. You'll fill it up. And then maybe next month, there'll be another one that you fill. So it's not like you have to do it all the time. And then you can maybe go up to the bigger tubes. For people who have a million, who've already done this, they have all kinds of paint. What I would suggest for you is that you check. You actually paint on a piece of paper and determine if you have colors that are actually the same. And if you guys want a video, you can let me know and I will show you how to do it. It's a whole process to get it out. It's not very much fun. But having it all separated, it makes it hard because you're not sure which you're going to grab. So, let me show you this. This is something I never had. I actually carried my palette. I've never had a little one. And I really like it. You know, I want you to look at your space. It's better if you have a space that's yours. You know, even if it's a corner of the table or closet with a little table inside, anything that is yours. If I had only a little bit of space, I would actually use a little equipment. If you have more space, then go for it. But there is reasons why, because if it's not there and if you're not seeing it, you ain't feeling the paint. So this is a Meeden watercolor palette. This is a metal folding palette. Things. They can move. You know, I can move things around. I do love this. I don't recommend this size. I prefer the bigger size. I can get in my big brush in there. See? Whereas these little ones, I can get in there, but it's not quite it's a little harder. They come in with nothing in it. How do I set my palette up? Well, one side is warm colors. So you can see there's all my warm colors. And on the other side, over here, that guy, obviously I couldn't fit that one in. He should have been up here. And all the rest of these are my cold colors. So why is this good palette? You have a place to mix. I can move it. But say I don't like that. Say it's confusing. I don't know about you guys, but I get confused. So what about if I just shove this over and do it there? Now I know that there's a separation between, so I know. If you don't have a lot of room, this is a great way to do this. This also is if you're planning on going outside a lot, or if you want to go to a lot of classes, and this is your first time painting, this is fine. You can work with that probably for a year before you would want something else. Or you might even stay there. I'm going to tell you why I like John Pike palette. All right, you see this? It's just loose. All the palettes basically have this loose thing. John Pike, it actually locks on. So you can flip it over and nothing's going to happen. So the other palette that I would suggest for a larger palette would be Robert Wood palette. It has a lid it's a plastic lid. And if you're going to travel with it or anything, you have to put a rubber band or something on it to hang on to it so things don't do. Now, once things are dry, they don't. Okay, that was funny. I'm going to leave that there. All right, well, you notice it didn't do anything. I'm going to put it right back there. Okay, I'm hanging on to it now. So they actually just sit there until I wet it and bring it back to life. What I like about Robert Wood palette, it has a separation in the middle. This one I use, this is my area for warm colors. These are my cool colors. All of these are all about the same price. They're all about, whether it's this size or the bigger ones, it's about 20 bucks. So this actually is a porcelain palette. Every year in Cheap Joe's, doesn't mean they're always going to have it, but right now, last couple of years, they've had a sale for 20 bucks and for a porcelain palette, and I keep buying a couple. When you have a plastic palette, what happens is phthalo greens and the phthalo blues, they stain it. I mean, you really stain it. And I have a trick on that to fix that, though. I was telling you guys, don't buy a million tubes of paint. Okay, but I've been doing it for a long time, and I really like paint. And yeah, I'm bad. This is my palette. It's Quiller palette. And again, look, you have to take a big rubber band or something to hang on to it. I do love this. And so I have my palette. It has the name. you know, it's $90 palette. It's expensive. It isn't required. God knows it, it's not required. You're gonna pull this out, fill it up as far as you can. And you're thinking, you know, there are people who will literally take a little itty bitty tip. This kind of fills us up. It's the correct amount, so it really actually works. People will put this little itty bitty big dot because you don't want to waste your paint, right? If you don't have paint, you can't paint. It requires actual paint. So you fill that puppy up, and I'm going to tell you why. What happens with time. All right, now you just covered that back up. Now it's kind of yucky. Okay, I didn't clean it, right? And so I clean this. I don't clean it because I'm excited. I'm putting my thing on. I gave my little dots. This then, number one, it will get stuck. And you can't get it undone. Dried inside the tube. Whereas if this is, okay, I filled that up, right? So if I want to use it, I add some water and ta-da, it's fixed. If it's sitting in the tube, you can't get to it to get it wet. So you have to actually take it, cut it, and scoop it out. It's a real joke. So again, when you get these, just fill it up. So when you look at this, I always start my lightest yellows. I roll it around through my browns, my reds, pinks. And then on this side, these are cool colors. So most of what I have actually is mainly on the warm side. See these three together? How do I remember which one is which? Well, I've learned that burnt sienna, orange, and gold look exactly the same. You're looking at it thinking, which one is that? Well, number one, you could have a little sheet card, which always is good. The other thing you can do is actually put a color that I know that this is coral, and so I know that this is always towards. See, these two I didn't separate it, and there's enough difference I can tell. But over here you can see I actually separate it. So this is my gold. My gold is always close to this yellow. This is my burnt sienna, and I separate it. It's so I don't get confused. You can see, look, I gave them little spaces. So that's another reason why these are nice, is I can just move things around. How many colors do you have in your palettes? Comment below. So my first big tip is these little cards. This actually tells you where things are at, what the name of it is, and you know what? If you're not sure, this is really helpful, because particularly if the colors look the same, oh yeah, that can be a problem. My second tip is, how do you store tubes? And so I bought a fishing lure thing, I think $5, and I put the colors, what they are. I actually paint to make sure that I have the colors. And then say I decide, okay, I don't like that color, I just pull it up and put a new one on it. Then these extras. These are things that I still use, so I may throw them in here later on and just change the color and change the, right now it says Winsor Newton Deep, but I may use this at some other time. So it kind of sits there.
Daniel Smith has dot cards, and so I'm able to look at and say, okay, do I want golden ochre or do I want French ochre? How much difference is there between this to that? This way I don't try to spend the money, I can actually check it out. These are lovely cards, they're about $25. You will find that many colors are very similar, and so you decide you pick one, not of the four, so that you don't have a whole bunch of things that you're not using. Will save you so much money. I didn't feel that this was enough space. I like juicy washes, and I did not like this. So I at Target, and I noticed they have plates, ceramic plates, which are just as good as my ceramic that are, $60. This is $5. I love these. They work. They're fine. So I almost never use anything here. I come here and I use it on my plate, just like this, but it's only $5. So it's a great deal. I've got another tip, and that is you can buy a magic eraser. It's for the walls. You can get them actually at the Dollar Tree, an old plastic palette, but the phthalos, greens and blues have stained at the bottom. This stuff just gets them off. It's amazing. Those are my tricks and tips. I hope some of that's helpful for you. When you don't know what you're doing and you're just playing with your brush, drop that brush. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. You know what? I'm excited about next week. We're going to work on shapes. I know you're thinking, shapes. What do you mean shapes? Who cares about shapes? I care about shapes. Shapes made me able to paint. So until next week, you take care and have a nice one. Bye.